Everybody, have you heard the news? We got a brand new show that's breaking all the rules. Started out from VA and now we on the move. From local to global, cause we got something to prove. We came from the bottom, now we at the tippy top. To hold it down for our people, cause we all we got. It's a cold, cold world, but we keeping it hot. On the line, ain't no time to stop. All work over here, still we having fun. Yeah, we say it like it is. Ain't no holding our tongue. Go get us on the team, yeah, we getting it done. And shout out to Travell, yo, you number one. It started with a dream that turned into a vision. To educate new generations is our mission. Ears to the streets, yeah, we steady politicking.
If you ain't about to change, mind your business.
Wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it.
Go.
Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. We top picks like we all up on the ground with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now
Wait again, minute.
Wave your hands with it. Now
Wait again, minute.
Wave your hands with it. We top picks like we all up on the ground with it.
Welcome to another episode of Wait Again Minute podcast. Today is Tuesday, February the 22nd, 2022. Our episode tonight has been brought to you by Renee's Restaurant and Lounge, 156 West Washington Street, Suffolk, VA 23434. So check them out, y'all, when you get a chance, especially if you are in the area. So tonight our topic is original Black Panthers.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, I'm kind of scared, y'all.
Oh, you ain't got to be scared of us. We
feel
love
so
our people.
secure. Like I just feel like I'm that person.
There you go.
But so Mr. General Mike Payne, I want to formally thank you for accepting our invitation to come tonight to Wait Again Minute podcast.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate it.
Hey, thank you for having me. Thank you for having
No
me.
problem. So how has your day been thus far?
It's been busy. It's been busy. It's always busy, but you know, I'm ready, and I appreciate this time, and I can't wait to spend it with you guys and go through all of this.
I actually sounded like an old minister. Can't wait to preach this time. Miss Go Getter, how has your day been?
My day has been relaxing.
Did you work today?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sounds like a little white lie, but we'll move forward with that.
Mm-hmm. No, I did a little bit, but I was relaxing most of the time though.
Well, that's good. Well, my day. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome.
I got you. How was your day? How'd your day go?
Thank you, General. My day was actually good. It was really good. You know, a regular Tuesday. Can't complain, but it was good.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Productive.
Very much so.
All right.
But productive?
Yeah, I went to a funeral today. One of our clients died, so yeah, it was a very productive day.
My condolences.
Thank you. So General Mike Payne, can you please introduce yourself to our viewers and listeners? Or wait again a minute.
Absolutely. I'm General Mike Payne, leader of the original Black Panther Party.
That's it. Oh, that's it.
That's it, y'all. When I tell you, like four. No. Okay, gotcha.
I'm supposed to have some more titles in there or something.
Yeah, say I'm General Mike Payne. I don't know, but
That's
you are who you are.
Absolutely.
Great. Okay, so tell us a little bit about you and all of what you do, because the reason why we wanted you to come on tonight is so that you can really express and explain to us, you know, what it is that you guys do and why you do what you do.
Okay.
Like what is the Black Panther? Like I know you earlier you kind of broke it down to different different groups or different organizations within the Black Panthers. So
yeah, we want full liberation of our people. We love our people, we love our unity. You know, we believe in uplifting our community. Us, the original Black Panther Party, we are not a hate group. A lot of people always get that misconception about us. We're not a hate group. We don't feel we have to hate or tear down anybody else to lift ourselves up. We're gonna do that regardless. We do know who our oppressors are and who's at fault for what, and we do target that group of people. You know, those individuals or whatever. But we do a lot of grassroots work. We work hand in hand with the community. We work with the children. We have a lot of programs that go on throughout the year, and that's basically what it is. All in all, is just having complete love for your people and wanting to see your people in a better position, whether that's
Absolutely.
economically,
Mhm.
mentally, all that. We have a lot to work on as far as that goes.
Mhm.
So we go through the community and the neighborhoods, and we really just uplift our people
Okay.
and try to get them to a better place.
Okay, so basically, you guys aren't like okay, and I
Mhm.
guess you bring me in because I know you can't say but so much, so just let
Oh
us
no, go
know.
ahead, go ahead.
So back in the '60s when you had the Black Panther, and you say you're the original, you
Mhm.
kind of fall under their guidelines, their bylaws, and all of that, right?
Correct. So you have Dr. Huey P. Newton and Bobby
Hmm.
Seale. They started the Black Panther Party for self-defense in 1966, Oakland, California. And our bloodline and our lineage
Mhm.
is connected directly to them. And there's a lot of different formations of Panthers. A lot of people don't
Right.
know that. They think that
Right.
it's just Panthers out there. There's
Right.
a lot of different formations of Panthers. So to identify where we come from and what we're connected to, we say original so that they know that we still go by the same laws as Dr. Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale and what they set forth.
From 1966, right?
Correct.
Because there are other groups out in the community or other states or whatever that are newer.
Yeah, they
So
have of course, the new Black Panther Party. They have, of course, the Huey P. Newton Gun Club, Fred Hampton Gun Club. There's a whole bunch of them. There's a whole bunch of different groups.
But why is there so many groups? Why not just make it just one? So I guess where I'm getting confused, and
Mhm.
maybe others. Okay, so you have the Black Panthers,
Right.
which in the '60s they was like the big deal,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
They were the big deal, like oh my god, the Black Panthers. So now it's kind of still like that because even when I even met you the first time, I was like oh my god, and then there was other people that was like oh my god, Black Panther.
Right.
But it was like a little scary, like oh my god, what are they gonna do? Like I really thought y'all. I know y'all didn't go out and start trouble,
Correct.
but I thought y'all was really forceful with finishing trouble.
Yeah, I mean, it's for self-defense.
Mhm.
Like they said, the reason why the panther was even picked
Mhm.
as the representation of what was done was because it always backs up first,
Right.
and then it will do what it has to do once it's
Right.
cornered.
Right.
But
Right. Right.
that's one thing that was always in existence. We were here
Mhm.
to make things better and to
Right.
defend the people
Right.
against
Right.
what was being done to us. It
Right.
was always like that, and that's why it always said self-defense. But to answer your question with as far as the lineage and why there are different groups and different
Mhm.
things like that is because if you go through the history and you look at COINTELPRO and
Mhm.
J. Edgar Hoover and how they kind of dismantled and shut down and pushed a lot of the Panthers of 66 underground or into the prison system or whatever they did.
Mhm.
When you look at all those things, then that's when groups started coming back. Certain individuals started coming back,
Mhm.
and when those certain individuals came back, they started different movements. Like
Different
with
movements,
us,
right?
yeah, with us personally, Michael McGee Sr. He was a Black Panther Party member for
Oh,
self-defense. He was a
okay.
Black Panther Party member for self-defense, and then once everybody got pushed underground, he came back and started the Black Panther militia.
Okay, yeah, I
You see
heard
what I'm
that.
saying?
Okay,
Oh,
So
okay.
militia.
so
Mhm.
then after him, King Rick was his bodyguard, and
Mhm.
he ended up starting the original Black Panthers, and then we came off of him. You see what I'm saying? So
Okay. Okay.
that's how it connects all the way to that time period.
Okay.
Oh,
And you
okay.
have different groups that did the same thing. And you had like the new Black Panther Party who come from Aaron Michaels and Khalid Muhammad. You
So
see,
it's
so
so it's real deep.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's
Oh
like
wow.
basically for what I'm gathering from it, it's like
Mhm.
you have the originals and then you have subsidiaries or other family members branch off and they start coming up with their own branch, so to speak.
Kinda, but
Kinda.
the
Yeah.
new Black Panther Party was like that was the biggest branch that kind of came, I would say, off of later. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? They
Okay.
they
Mhm.
they ca- they came, and then you had of course all the other ones that came back and
Mhm.
things like that. So when the new Black Panther Party came, they came pretty strong
Okay.
in the beginning, and um you know uh the originals or as we call us, the original Black
Mhm.
Panthers, came back after the Black Panther militia. So the Black Panther militia was doing pretty good as well. But you know, Michael McGee Sr. retired and kind of hung up his boots.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was about that time he did a lot of really good work. So somebody had to take over from him. And then, of course, when King Rick retired, somebody had to take over from
To
him.
go
So,
for him.
yeah.
Now, let me ask you this before Miss Go Get ask you a question, 'cause I see her wheels turning.
All right.
Oh, no, I'm just listening.
I wanted to know, before we get into a little deep as far as in regards to the Black Panthers, how did you get into being a Black Panther? Like, was
Right.
it something that you wanted to do as a child? Like, I want to go, help the community, or like, what made you, as in Mike,
Mhm.
want to veer in this lane?
It wasn't even, to be honest, it wasn't a want. It was a calling.
Okay.
It wasn't something that I ever wanted to do.
Mhm.
I was just enjoying my little life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like anybody else, I guess. But really, I got to the point where I was doing a whole lot of different things, and I was involved in a lot of different things. And I just prayed to say, hey, my path.
Right.
I don't even care if it's
The
something I
purpose.
want to do or don't want to do. Put me in it, because
Mhm.
if this and that ain't working, show me where I'm supposed to be. So, this is what came to me, and this is how we ended up where we at. And there's a lot of little small steps and
Mhm.
surprising things that popped up in my life that led to this. Of course, I had made a song, because I think we spoke about it before,
Mhm.
but I had made a song called Black on Black, and it was talking about bringing the Panthers back, and could that happen, and
Mhm.
things of that nature. So that's when the light bulb kind of went off, and I said, "Dang, can I do it? Can that
Right.
happen?" And that's when I went to search out, a brand of Panthers that was actually connected, because growing up, I did always read about Dr. Huey P. Newton.
Okay.
Malcolm X is like my favorite,
Mhm.
out of all things is
Right.
Malcolm X. But so it, that being, something that was already just kind of in me, and reading about the revolution, and reading about our people, and loving our people, it was
Right.
just something that was it was in me, and I didn't know how to get it out. I didn't know how to put it out.
Mhm.
So this came to me, and next thing we have chapters all across America. So
America.
yeah.
So you actually were one of those ones that you wanted to serve and be in your community anyway. So you already had that little gnat in you.
Yeah, I wanted to serve on the side of good.
Good.
I
Right.
I didn't know how to do that,
Mhm.
but at the time, even, and this is when I was, in high school, but when I was in high school, I was thinking to myself, like, man, I ain't doing the right things.
Right. Yeah.
Everything I'm not doing isn't correct. So I would just pray to, be on the side of good,
Other side. Right.
even in the afterlife, let me be on the side of good,
That's
so
right.
but you know this is something that came to me, because one thing I never wanted to do, and this is what would be considered a touchy or controversial, I guess, subject, but
Okay.
a lot of people go more the religious route,
Mhm.
right? Um, and nothing's wrong with that. But I think, as you can see from a lot of our children, and when they see their elders, and when they're being taught to not fight back or turn the other cheek, or
Mhm.
these things are instilled in them so hard, um they don't that expression of needing to defend yourself goes away. You see what I
Right.
mean?
Mhm.
So a lot of times, and this isn't with everybody, but I
Mhm.
see it a lot.
Mhm.
So what I wanted to do, I wanted to have something that was righteous but militant. I wanted something that was on the side of right, but
Some structure.
structure, and
Right.
if you strike us, you're gonna get struck back really hard. So I wanted that,
Right.
I wanted
Mhm.
that, because our people need that, and our people need to be defended. Our people need to stick up for them, and our people need a voice. So I said, if that has to come through me, and I have to be the target of whatever I'm the target of, I'll accept it.
You'll accept it. So be it.
Mhm.
I definitely understand that.
Right. So do you feel like you might be a target?
I know I am. That's why I got these guys and these
Oh yeah,
queens with me.
y'all. They
But
deep in here
yeah, I know
too.
I am,
Yeah.
because we've had, I, I get information,
Mhm.
and authority figures that have made threats and
But
things of
what
that
would be
nature.
the reason for that when y'all actually do good stuff? Like y'all aren't really out doing like crazy stuff or
Yeah.
being wild or being disrespectful
See, and that's
unless need to. But that's anybody.
yeah,
When you
but
need to defend, you defend yourself.
that's a wonderful question. But you also have to look at the Black Panther Party for Self Defense, 1966.
Mhm.
They had breakfast clubs, they had WIC, they had free health care, but they bombed them buildings, didn't they? Why?
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So if all
Mm.
these good things have been done,
Mhm.
why bomb those buildings? Why
Yeah.
go door to door? You know, they actually sent people door to door to say that the food was poisoned, so that the black children and the black parents wouldn't send their kids to them breakfast clubs.
Oh yeah,
You
they
know,
just
so
trying to prevent,
yeah, they were trying to shut
a
everything
certain
down.
community for actually having something and doing stuff.
Right. And they go in there and mash the food up, urinate on it or whatever. And they do stuff like that and,
See, that's what I'm
mess
talking
up
about.
all the
Okay.
food. And all they were doing was feeding children.
But they knew that it was power in the numbers, so
Mhm.
they
Absolutely.
wanted to destroy that
Mhm.
because they know once we finally get together, how it's gonna be, and
Right.
they wanted to control the narrative.
Right. So how is the Black Panther Party from the 60s and 70s different from 2022?
That's a real good question. I think it's more of a if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we did learn a lot. As far as some of the mistakes that were made back
Mhm.
then. So we've corrected some of those things and just rules
Okay.
and regulations and
Yeah.
how we carry ourselves to the point where um, you know, being worried about infiltration and things of that nature. So we do certain things, we have certain guidelines in
Mhm.
place so that we can't be you know penetrated as much
Right.
or
Right.
you can I mean every group usually has a mole or
Yeah.
somebody
Yes.
that
Absolutely.
sneaks
Yes.
in that's
Yeah.
hard to really keep out.
Mhm.
You catch a cat that comes up with a whole a whole background storyline. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His whole history is disappeared and everything. You like, dang. So, it's hard, but you have to really, trust. Have your core group you trust, and you might have a guy for a month or two, or a couple 3-4 months. You looking at kind of funny. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Now
I gotta
you
watch
look.
you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It's something about you now.
Right.
So
'Cause
something's not moving kind of right.
you know it, because if you look at you watch that thing Who Killed Malcolm X? Did you watch that? Did you want
No.
anybody? No, y'all ain't
No.
watch that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, y'all tripping.
I don't like
Okay,
stuff like
so
that.
look,
I get
no,
upset
you gotta
quick.
watch it because the education
Yeah.
behind it, and if you notice the man that was giving him mouth to mouth when he was down there after he was assassinated was an informant. His
Dang.
main guy that was next to him was an informant.
That I seen the Malcolm X. It's two, right?
Oh no, that's the movie.
Right.
This is called Who Killed Malcolm
Okay,
X.
Oh
no,
no,
I
I,
haven't
di- I
Yeah,
seen
didn't
the
see
it's
that.
on
movie.
Okay,
Okay.
Netflix.
I didn't
Check
see it.
that
Yeah.
out.
I'm gonna
And
check that out.
yeah, and it shows you a whole lot. It shows you a whole lot, and not only him, but of course, with Chairman Fred Hampton, Judas and the Black Messiah, that movie. There was he had a rat next to him, so this is something that's always been.
And
Always
that's
been.
why, that's why people always, they reference that it's always the ones closest to you.
Right.
Absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
But
absolutely.
I'm not understanding why. Because if you're right next to me and you see what's going on and you're like my right or my left hand, why do people feel as though they need to end up being the man or the woman? Like, why you just can't be supportive?
Well, you have to look at what the government will have for you, and you have to look at also people that just sell out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people do it for free.
Right.
Some people do.
Exactly. And that's
I
the
mean, if
worst.
you look at a lot of the politicians, once
Mhm.
they get to a certain level, or even judges or whatnot, they're
Mhm.
looking to get that pat on their back from their white counterparts, and therefore they just sell out just to appease them and make them
Right.
happy. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Crazy.
So you have that going on, and then on top of that, you have a person who will just maybe you stole something, and maybe you facing some time, and to
Work it off. Yeah.
self-preserve,
Yeah.
preserve yourself, you're gonna go ahead and do the work for the government,
Right.
and infiltrate whatever group, just because
And that's the
you got
sad
something
part.
hanging over your head, instead
Yeah.
of being a
Mhm.
man and just taking whatever you you know,
what you did,
right?
yeah.
Nah, you gonna go ahead and mess up the whole thing for everybody. You know,
Do the
that's good for
crime,
the
do the
whole people.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
Dang,
Mm.
that's-
But yeah, that makes sense. But no, I'm gonna have to check that movie out now. I'm gonna be watching
Hold on,
that
let's go
tomorrow
get
at
You
work.
said that makes sense for them to do that, for them to.
No, I said that don't make sense.
Oh, I'll get it. Stacey, we about it. Unapologetic,
No,
unfiltered.
I
'Cause
said that
get
don't
to
make
say, what
sense.
the
But I'm gonna
world?
have to go check that movie out. I'm gonna watch it while I'm at work tomorrow.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah. So with the changes from then, from 50, 60 years ago, however long, 66. I don't know. We might have some people watching this born in 66. I don't know how old you would be in 66. But anyway, from then to now, with the changes and some updating from then, because of course you're gonna have to update because time has changed. So there's gonna
Yeah.
have to be some updates. Have you noticed or seen any changes, or what new and also what new programs do you guys do now?
Yeah, we and see that's the thing. The change is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
The people are another. We
Yeah.
we right now, if you notice, we're kind of a different type of Black people from 66.
Mhm.
We
Some
are.
some parts good, some parts bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so for instance, if I give an example, like one famous video that went viral was we shut down this store in Portsmouth. All right. We went
Mhm.
down there. He had called a woman a monkey, N-word, B-word, and pointed a gun at her. So we went to correct his action.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the problem is if Black people are going to continue to frequent his establishment,
Right.
then it's impossible for us to shut it down.
Right.
You see what I'm
absolutely.
saying? Like we can only do but so much. Now we'll get them up out of there. I mean, we close. Hey, turn the lights off, close the door, get out. Like it's time to go. You done.
Right.
You done for the day.
Yeah.
It's over. But and what I mean by that is back in the day, Black people will march and walk
Right.
miles to go somewhere else just to frequent another place.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Just so they don't get their money. They would stick together more and they would go out and do that. Here, it's convenience. So I'm not going way down there just to spend, more money and whatever. Well, they're gonna go keep going.
Right.
And that's a problem. Like we
Right.
have to stick together more than that. And if it's done to one of us, it's done to
It's
all of
all
us.
of
That
us.
should be the mentality.
Right. And if our Black dollars do affect them, and if it affects the community. So right, if you guys are going through something and then you call these guys out, why call these guys out when at the end of the day you're not going to hold up your end of the bargain? You're going there and saying, hey, you know what, you did this, you did that, lights out, time to go.
Right.
They're feeling type of way, so they're like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go, cut the lights off, I'm going to go ahead and go. But as soon as you leave, you've done your part. But as soon as you leave, they're back at the corner store the next day.
Right. And it's probably
how
not
effective is that?
right. And it's probably
And
not
that's
the
the
person
thing.
that called us or the person that was victimized.
Right.
It's the rest of the community, and they continue to go.
That's
Like,
not supporting.
some people may not have cars, some people may not have transportation, whatever. Look, we got to do better than that. We gotta, we can't continue to go there. It was another situation where I think it was a Asian group at a nail salon was trying to beat some lady up and pull her kids out the car or whatever, all that type of stuff. Look, we went there, same thing, but people keep going, and we have a list. When we put something out and we put it on social media, don't go, don't go. But
That's right.
So what I'm saying is that it's a different type of people. We don't take as much mess, but back then we can't say that they did either because they fought. They fought in a different way. We fight in the way we fight now, but we have to get away from that self-preservation. We have to think about the village, and if we continue to just individualize ourselves and just think, on a me basis, right.
And I think that's the issue for today. With us today, most people think of themselves.
Correct.
And it's like, well, that happened to her. It didn't happen to me. I'm gonna go over there. But you already see how they treated her. That tells you how they feel about you too.
Right.
Because you look just like her as well. So that kind of tells you how they feel about us, period.
Right.
So you have some people that's not gonna do that. But back in, in 66, in the 60s, they did. They all marched together, they rallied together, whatever. So I guess as far as that change goes, that's a huge change though, because now everybody is for self.
Yeah.
Right.
So you might go out, you and your team might go out and y'all do what y'all do because y'all called out, you do what you do. And then when someone goes right back out, do that make y'all feel like, oh, now we just been slapped in the face because y'all could have got hurt in the process?
Yeah, well, we kind of expect it now. I mean, it's to the point where we like, bad. We'll do, we'll do what we're supposed to do, but we kind of expect it now, and it doesn't offend me because one thing that I've noticed is it's hard now for our Black people to pick or find who they respect as a leader
Mm-hmm.
because there's so many people in it for the wrong reasons.
Right.
Right.
There's so many people in it misleading and misguiding Black people.
Mhm.
People are in it for personal selfish
Yeah. For
things.
Right.
clout and stuff. Yeah.
Right. So when you have that, they start saying screw everybody. Like
Mhm.
I'm not trying to,
Mhm.
whatever. So all we can do is keep leading by example
Right.
and really showing that we there for them and that we care about them
Mhm.
and that as far as it is us, as far as we
Right.
go,
Right.
Right.
uh, that's all you can do, so we hope that when people see, of course, even this podcast, and when they look at things, they say, hey, well, okay, let me
Mhm.
check him out and
Mm-hmm.
see what he's about,
Further,
and you'll see what we do because we, it's a lifestyle for us. This
Yeah.
ain't something we do like just for
Photo op, yeah.
yeah, or a Saturday project or something like this. We're busy all through the week, and it's not like we don't have regular stuff to do. It ain't like we ain't got families and kids and things. We risk our lives. We out here doing all type of stuff.
Really?
But
Yeah, absolutely.
So, so how often are you guys actually out doing stuff? Because I hear, you know, Black Panthers out sometimes, but not that much. So I thought y'all kind of like just in the back. Are
No.
y'all part of the Black Lives Matter? Do y'all do stuff with them and other organizations?
Well, we're out at least. I would say on a regular doing Panther business.
Okay.
We're out. I would say at least 3-4 times a week. Doing Panther
Oh,
business, doing something
right,
Panther
right.
business. Yeah. Patrolling. We still patrol. We still
Oh,
patrol the
really?
streets. Yeah, you'll see us all the time just walking around. I mean, of course, you ain't gonna see it on my page no more, but you'll, but you'll see it. We're always out patrolling. We're always out. We've been doing searching for little young Cody.
oh,
We've
okay.
been doing that lately. Yeah, we've been out there doing that too. My brother right over here jumped well, I ain't gonna say that. We ain't gonna say that. But he was looking. He was looking. He was looking hard. he was looking real hard. He was in the thickets. But yeah, so we're always out. And what was your other thing I heard you just say? You was
Do you
asking.
work with other organizations like the Black Lives Matter and other?
Yeah, what we do is, by the way we work with people, we work with whoever is good for the community and whoever is good for the people. We're not one of those cliquish type groups
Right.
where we
Great,
work with this
good.
and that, whatever.
Mhm.
Now, if you good for the people and you got something going on that's good for the people,
Mhm.
we don't mind. We're fine.
Right.
So yeah, we've worked with different groups. We've worked with Black Lives Matter. We've worked with of course the new Black Panther Party. Shout out to Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz.
Okay.
We've worked with Huey P. Newton Gun Club, Fred Hampton Gun Club, and other
What is the gun club? Y'all don't carry.
what you mean?
Y'all not a part of the gun club. What that means? They carry
Oh,
guns. Like,
no,
what
no,
does the
no.
gun club mean?
Just like a just like a
like a
gun
bike
club.
club,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, yeah, kind of,
Same
but
thing,
yeah,
yeah.
a little bit, but
Yeah.
with weapons, nah. But they do more a lot of training,
Oh, they
Okay.
teach
a
how
lot
to
of
shoot.
military, yeah, type stuff,
Oh,
so
okay,
Okay.
okay.
yeah, and that's what we need. That
Mhm.
that
That's right.
stuff we need. I mean, we do it too, but we also concentrate, like I said, really deep in the community,
Right.
and dealing direct with a lot of the people and stuff like that. And sometimes they do too, but
Mhm.
yeah, we spread it out.
Okay, so now I get it. So each group do different things. Like you guys try to focus on community. For example, they focus on teaching how to use guns and
Weapons.
then
Well, it's
weapons.
not
Weapons.
organized that way to the point
Okay.
where we're gonna do this, you're gonna do
Okay,
that.
okay, okay.
Nah, I mean, they could do they could do as much of whatever they wanted. We choose to do what what we're supposed to do. We're what's in our 10-point program and all that type of stuff. But so yeah, anybody's free to do whatever they need to do to help the Black community. It's just certain groups do concentrate on certain things, more than others. Is what I'm saying.
Cool.
Okay, so being that you guys are in the community, do you guys have any issue, or do they give you any type of issue far as the community and or the police department? Like when they see you guys, do they automatically, feel threatened or feel like they can't work with you? Or
I'm pretty sure the police department probably do. They feel threatened just if you walk down the street and you're not even part of nothing.
Yeah, that kind of goes both ways. I mean, just like when we came in, y'all looked at us like, whoa, you know what I mean? So sometimes our own people look like, yo, what's going on?
She was scared. She was
I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna fill y'all in.
And y'all knew we was coming.
I knew they were coming, right? And I knew how they were coming. But I heard the chime go off at the door. I looked at the door, I was like, well, DAMN. Like, what in the world? It took me for a loop because I already know how they, they're very militant, and but I just wasn't. I don't know.
You wasn't ready.
No, I wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready. Y'all scared me, and I'm like,
I wasn't ready.
Didn't see nothing. You was walking y'all was walking quietly though.
Hey.
See, I'm coming down the hallway. Everybody know I'm coming down the hallway because I'm all loud.
We Panthers.
And I'm like, who?
You ain't supposed to hear
Travis looking. We're like, who she talking about? I don't see nobody. Oh my goodness, what is she talking about? But anyway, yeah, y'all was quiet. Y'all were a little quiet.
Yeah, so sometimes we get that from even our own people. But as far as the police go, they stay in their place and we stay in ours. We've had encounters with them, and they stay in their place.
Everybody in their respective corner.
Yeah, because don't nobody want nothing, nothing crazy happening or whatnot. But I mean, I've heard, through third parties that some of them actually like what we do, because we're helping in the community. Some of them, from what I hear, they like what we do. Some of them I hear just want to take our heads off for whatever reason.
Right.
But I don't really care how they feel one way or another. We're gonna do what we got to do for our people.
That's right.
That's how it goes.
So what about Juneteenth? Do y'all participate in the Juneteenth day?
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to be speaking at Juneteenth. Matter of fact, I missed last time because we had to go to Georgia, but yeah, we do. We're all for it. Like I said, anything that's good for our people and good for the community, and we indulge in it. We got to uplift our people. So yeah, we'll be there.
Okay, what event will you be at?
I don't know what it's called.
Don't know which one.
She's supposed to be hitting us up soon, but I forgot where it's even at. But it's a big big gathering. Okay. Yeah, I think it's in Norfolk, downtown Norfolk. I think somewhere. But don't get me quoted on that.
Right.
But yeah, I know we will be at least one of them. Right. Definitely. Yeah.
So you said something about Georgia just then. So you guys travel to help out with different things as well.
Yeah. We have like I said, chapters in a lot of different places, but sometimes, we will travel and help out and facilitate whatever's needed.
Okay. So what's the most recent travel?
The most recent one was we went to Brunswick, Georgia, and that was for the Ahmaud Arbery's trial or conviction of the 3 men that murdered him.
Okay, so were y'all called to come down there?
Yes, absolutely, yeah. We went down there as a collective with the new Black Panther Party, Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz, and man, it was a whole bunch of people. It was a whole bunch of people. The Freedom Fighters was there. It was a lot of different groups. I don't want to forget nobody, but we all came together and for one common goal, and that was also just to show that we can have that solidarity.
Right.
Like people think that we always bickering and going at it with each other about something or whatever, but when you saw all those groups come together, that shows that we as people can do the same thing.
Right.
So we went down there for that, and we got to secure his mother going in and out of the courtroom. And that story that I was telling you, that's as soon as we got back in the car to come back, my whole social media was shut down and disabled and done. You know what I'm saying? So
that's the part I don't understand. Like, so they must have had like a lot of news. Did you give your name to somebody on the news?
Well, yeah, when we speak, it was microphones just all over the place. That was
Oh,
national.
okay. Because I'm
So
like, how did they
National,
sit
yeah.
and track you down? Then you post probably, but still,
yeah,
how did that make you feel though? Just being surrounded by, other organizations that's similar to your organization, and you guys all working together.
it made me feel good. When I always tell this story. A lot of people, because I was born in the Midwest, right? So I was really close to Chicago, and I went to this place called I forget what it was called, but the event was Savior's Day,
Right.
and I went there, and that's where Minister Louis Farrakhan was speaking, and and I was just a young child, but I can remember all I saw was all the women. They had all white on, right, and you could see their beautiful black faces. All the men were in suits, no problems. It was like a stadium, like
Right.
and it was just full of all black people, no problems. Everybody smelling good.
Looking
And
good.
yeah, it was one of the most beautiful things I ever seen, right? So when I get together with other groups and other formations and stuff like that, and it's peace like that, it's just a beautiful thing for me. I love it.
Serene, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Just to see us all together, and really on one mindset, one
Right.
goal.
One
Right.
goal, right.
Yeah, that I think it's a dope thing.
And she probably felt, well protected too, and was glad y'all was down there because I can imagine it was a awesome sight.
Yeah, because the press was really trying to, pop the pictures and everything, and you had to push them back, and they trying to reach over you and all that and get pictures of her. She don't want that right now.
Right.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, they ain't trying to give her no space. She done lost her son. It's just
Right.
it's a lot. So
And that case was kind of crazy because
Mhm.
they were even only allowing certain ministers, certain people in. That was they made a mock. I don't even want to go into that case. That was just like was very disrespectful to me on some of the things
Right.
that they actually how they handled them far as the family.
mm,
The families
Mhm.
had were more couldn't do things, but the defendants could.
mm,
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and
saying? Like they could bring their whole family. To whereas what I read one time, it was like they can bring one person in with them or two people in with them at one
I think
time
they
or
tried to
whatever.
keep out the pastor
The
they wanted
pastor,
or something like
right?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's kind of crazy. So okay, so you're doing all of this. How do you balance, you know, the Black Panthers and just your personal life?
I really don't. No, you do, but you don't. Like I said, when this becomes your life, then it's just like you're really there. Almost doesn't have to be a balance, because it's what you do. It's a part of you. But yeah, you have to sacrifice, but you have to remember, to still be involved in normality. I
Right.
guess, as you could call it, even though this is normal for us,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to still remember, try to spend time with your family members, your kids, or whatever, whatnot, or whoever. Um, but a lot of times it's just like, yeah, I got to get out here. I got to be there. I got to,
Yeah.
so it's tough, but just like anything else, if you're a doctor or a lawyer or whatever, you travel and you're moving around and, whatever, musicians, whatever you do, you have to balance everything. But the only difference is, this is something that we do free.
Free,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Free,
So,
yeah.
it gets harder, because it's not like we getting paid for it. We do it because we love our people. So,
And y'all are putting y'all life in
yeah.
jeopardy every time y'all step out because some people will just dislike you because of who you represent.
Mhm.
Right.
So you guys out there doing it out of kindness of your heart.
Yeah, and some people they dislike us because who they think we represent.
Oh
Like
yeah.
a lot of it's a lot of misconceptions. A lot of it is, but um, and that's what we want to show people. We doing it because we love you. We doing it
Right.
because we care. We believe that we can really help and get things done. So when people see us, I hope that they see that in themselves and say, "Well, man, they doing it. Maybe we can too." When you see somebody that has gotten off of drugs or something like that, they done cleaned up and they doing good for themselves and for other people. Then other people that were in his situation or her situation sees that and says, I can do it too. So, we have to serve as the example one way or another. And we strive to do that.
So you guys definitely believe in leading by example.
Yes. Yes,
So
absolutely.
you
You have
rather
to.
you have to show them, because a lot of times people, people talk at people and they don't show them like,
Mhm.
hey, this is, I'm telling you how it should be done now. I'm now standing beside you.
Mm.
Whereas, a lot of people just be like, no. I see a lot of for instance, a lot of organizations who are out here, and it just make me think everybody do have their own, you know, rules or bylaws or whatever.
Hmm.
But I just think that some of them is just, it's just, to me, when I look at it, the ones who have the large following sometimes are people who have the most negative platforms or negative um connotation around what they're doing. And I don't understand why we as a people have a sense of, we are quick to go to and follow behind them than somebody like you guys. You're for the betterment of the community.
Well,
Right.
a lot of it is the same way. We're always attracted to entertainment. We're attracted to negativity,
Mm-hmm.
drama. I mean, just look at whatever TV shows we watch or what we look
Mm-hmm.
at. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, when you're watching things like that, and it's because it's something exciting. It attracts you one way or another. You may not be that personally, but you know it does something for you. So therefore
Yeah.
you follow it. You look at it, you check it out.
Does
You know what
something for
I'm
you
saying? So
momentarily. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean, ours is really just real and raw, and the stuff we do, whether we're breaking up, domestic disputes in the neighborhood or whatever it is, it's always something crazy. But you
Right.
know, so I mean, yeah, people. Well, we had a really nice platform where they was following, looking at that.
Mm-hmm.
They shut it down, but
You
but
on it? They shut
yeah,
it
they
down.
shut it down. But we still moving because it's not really, it's not about that. People know what we do, they see
Yeah.
what we do, so it's to the point where we would like to show people so they can see these examples.
Mm-hmm.
But if we can't, and we're gonna continue to do our work because that's what it's about.
Basically, what you're saying is y'all can continue to go about your work anyway,
Anyway,
Mhm.
by any means necessary.
by any means necessary. Exactly.
So people actually call you guys like for domestic disputes?
Nah, we just happen to
Okay.
run up on them. Like,
Oh.
I mean, we do. Like, somebody
Uh-huh.
will call, and we try to put people, in a better situation if they're,
Mhm.
especially if a woman is being hurt, harassed, or whatnot in the house, and we can get her to a better situation or
Mhm.
get her out the house, and whatever. Yeah,
Oh,
we get
okay.
calls like that, but a lot of times we just run up on stuff, and somebody out there just trying to do their thing or whatever. We like, yo, nah, what
This
you
ain't
doing?
going out like that,
Yeah.
Yeah,
boy.
you can't have this. What you doing, man? You can't handle it no better than that. What's going on? So yeah, we try to intervene in some of those things, and as you know, those things can be extremely dangerous. Just in Norfolk, that's what happened with the three women, basically.
Yeah.
Um, a domestic dispute and intervening, and then he wants to shoot everybody. So
Right.
these are these are real things, so you got to be careful.
You do. You do.
Mhm.
So what do you guys look for in someone that wants to join? What do you look for in that person?
um hmm. Somebody that's really reliable, somebody that's going to
Mm.
be there. That's I can't say that enough.
Mhm.
Somebody that's going to really take the time out to be there. That's not going to do it for like you know, I don't want nobody that's just this makes me feel good about myself.
Right.
Like
Mhm.
I
A
mean, it
yes
should
man.
make you feel good about yourself, but
Mhm.
not to where it's just like I'm doing a good deed.
Mhm.
This isn't the type of thing where you passing out little boxes of food and that's it,
Right.
and you just
Mm-hmm.
did your thing for the year, or
Right.
just on Christmas
Good
you done
deed,
rang
yeah.
the bell or
Right.
whatever. No, this ain't that. I really look for people that are really into loving their people, and they want to see their people advance and strive. When you see another black man, or a black woman, when you see them, you're not hating and gritting on them because they're doing the same thing, or because they are on the same level or trying to do the same thing. that it shouldn't be that.
Right.
It should really be a
Right.
thing where, you see that man doing good and he's doing good for the people, then I love that.
Mhm.
And if you're doing it better than me, I want to show me how.
Right.
Let me know, whatever.
Right.
But that's what it should be. It should be about uplifting and
Mhm.
really doing for your people. And I want that. It doesn't have to be as soon as you join, but at some point, this should reflect in your lifestyle.
Growth, yeah.
Right.
So when you're promoting black love and black family
Black
and-
excellence.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah, you should have a black household. You should have,
Yeah.
you should have these things, because you love your black people.
Mm.
You want to be around your people,
Right.
So yeah, it should reflect at some point in time in your life.
Mm. So, do you guys do mentoring? Do y'all have like mentoring programs for like the kids?
Yeah, I mean, we our mentoring program. Of course, we were getting ready to kick off a real good one, and COVID had hit at that time.
Okay.
But what we do is we continuously go out kind of to the same places with the same people,
Mhm.
and we sit, we talk, whatever. Some people hit us up and say, hey, could you come by and just talk to my nephew, son, whatever, or daughter,
Okay.
but we go through the community all the time and just really drop a couple jewels and try to,
Mhm.
even dance with the kids a little bit, not
Right,
too
yeah.
much. We got, we got to stay on our square, but,
Right.
but yeah, sometimes, one of the, I think a group of kids in, what was it, Norfolk? Yeah. In Norfolk, they was doing, some new dance and it was cool. We were sitting there watching them and enjoying and
Mhm.
just talking to them, just
Yeah.
hearing from them, seeing what they, what they like and what they wants and needs are. And then we break it down to them. Now what you listening to?
Right, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what you got going on? Because
Mhm.
so some of but I know they just be trying to have fun. So
Right.
a lot of times we just we let them have a little fun and
So you
talk
guys
to
will
'em.
sit and talk with the kids in the neighborhood. How about the schools? Do the schools invite you guys out?
Nah. Nah, they don't,
I don't know
invite.
why.
Right.
I just think that they probably don't because of what they don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Because they going based off of what they making up or
Mhm.
What was presented to them in the media
in
from that time.
the past. It was a different setting.
Right.
Right. So I just think that they should do their investigation as well as you guys. When you guys go out, do they like somebody call you and say, hey, we have this issue going on. Do you guys, find out certain things before you come out, or you just automatically be like, you know what? Nope. He hitting her again. He hitting again. I told him pack up. He back over there. I'm going to get him.
Yeah, we have to investigate. We have to do our due diligence.
Okay.
There's certain things that we have set in place before we just run out. We can't, just go to any and everything.
Right.
Things could be setups, different things could
Mhm.
be going on, but we make sure we do a good clean investigation on certain things and try not to jump out the window too early about some
Right.
stuff. But like also I believe it was you remember the story where the neighbor was playing monkey noises or something. You remember
Yes.
that? Okay.
Mm.
So we contacted the family about that, but the way I operate is if you tell me you don't want no help, I'm not just coming out there. I'm not just gonna pull up. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I'm not gonna do that because you obviously
Right.
want to handle it another way.
Right.
And I'm fine with that.
Mhm.
So, a lot of people say, oh no, we should just go out there and whatever. Nah, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
she already told me she
What
wants to
yeah.
handle it a certain type of way,
Right.
or she wants to go through the court or whatever, or she don't want to be liable or whatever, and all that. So look, sometimes I make just a decision just to, okay, handle it that way. Then if you think the government gonna have your back and do whatever they're gonna do for you, then
Go ahead.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, by all means, but so
So you
we
actually
handle different things different ways.
right. So you actually you will respect that person if
Right.
they say,
Absolutely.
hey, no, you're not gonna like
Mhm.
push over. So that's what I'm saying. Like people have to do their due diligence as well.
Right.
Mhm.
When they are in need of somebody, because I don't see myself not calling you guys, especially like for instance, I was on Facebook, I think it was today, and a young lady, she was speaking about her son,
Mhm.
and she was saying how how he's been behaving, and she's just kind of tired of it, and she wants to put him in a program, but he's too young.
Mhm.
So she was asking for suggestions, and I just wanted to know, like, is that something that you guys would go and talk to him, because he's like in a he's angry for some reason or another.
Mhm.
So he's taking his anger out on siblings, and he's not listening to his mom. And she's like, she doesn't know what to do. Her
Mm.
hands are pretty much tied. So she's looking for some help. So would she be able to call you guys to say, hey, would you mind coming and talking to my son or
Absolutely,
daughter?
yeah, yeah, and we'll do that. A lot of things with situations like that, it can stem from a lot of things, and like they always, have been talking about recently, mental health is an exceptional thing to look into. I know a lot of us as Black people sometimes don't seek it,
Mm-hmm.
but therapy and things like that might really help. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I know just a lot of our young kings and queens, and I'm not sure if the father is in the place or not, but um, when you don't have the father or the mother, the kid does act out and they do
Mm-hmm.
act angry and different things like that. Or sometimes it could be something else. It could be whatever. It could be a lot of things, but you have to get to that root cause of that root issue.
Right.
And if you're not able to do that, you do need to seek some type of counseling or help, because maybe the child might feel more comfortable, speaking to a stranger or whatnot, or
Right.
whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is, you got to find out what is the problem, and once you find out what the problem is, then you can fix it.
Tackle it. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So another, I know you out in the community, and we were talking about the kids in the Black community. From your perspective, the Black on Black gun violence.
Mhm.
From your perspective, why do you think that's going on?
Mm.
And what ideal or suggestion, or what do you think we can do, or how would it stop? Or how,
Okay. So
if anything?
yeah. So that question is it's a lot more to that question than
Yeah.
just that question.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say Black on Black gun violence,
Mm-hmm.
what do you mean?
Like you having the black guys killing another black guy. You
Mhm.
had the teenagers, but now in some cities they saying you even having the kids.
But he's saying Black Lives Matter. Do
But
Black
there's
Lives Matter?
not right,
So this is the thing. When and this is something I'm just gonna put out
right.
before I answer that question. Um, when we see white people kill each other, do we call it white on white crime?
Nope.
When we
Mm-mm.
see Mexicans do the same thing, do we say it's Mexican on Mexican crime? You don't even hear
Mm-mm.
about that. It's not even a thing, is it?
No, not at all.
Asian, same thing, whoever
Mhm.
group, you don't hear it. You hear it
Right.
with us,
Right.
right? So black on black crime is a very loaded term.
Mm-hmm.
It's a guilty term.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by guilty is a lot of people in America
Mhm.
or white people, uh, they tend to want to put that narrative out because there's a guilt in them because they know what they did. They know
Mm-hmm.
what they did to us,
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's the same teaching that they will give your kids in school when they say Africans enslaved each other. So basically, like, why is it a big deal that America did it?
Mm-hmm.
But you
Right.
have to look at a difference in slavery and indentured servitude. You have to look at prisoner of war versus slavery and American slavery.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big difference.
Right.
So it's the same thing with black on black crime, as they call it. Um, there's a guilt, there's an inner guilt, and they feel like you know well, why are you mad if we kill you, if we hang you, if the police kill you? Why are you so mad about that when you're killing yourself every day? You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
So that's how they wrap it around and say, well, they can relieve something in themselves. You know what I'm saying? They can relieve something in themselves when they can sit there and say, well, y'all do it to each other, so why are you so mad when the police do it? You
Mm-hmm.
see what I mean? When they're two different issues. So,
Right.
so to answer the question, why do we do it? Well, anytime you have an impoverished community,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have escalation in violence.
Mm-hmm.
Um, anytime a child is hungry, they're not gonna concentrate, and that's what the breakfast programs were made
Designed
for
for.
in '66. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, uh, you're gonna have these issues in a community when you have the CIA and the FBI or whoever come and dump drugs into your neighborhood. You're gonna have those problems. They
Yeah.
put those there. Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
it's not a it's not something I'm just throwing out my hat. It's not a conspiracy. It's documented. You can look it up. You can Google it. They flooded our neighborhoods with drugs, and the only time they decided to do something about it is when it got to little Amy's neighborhood.
Yeah.
Then it was a problem.
Mhm.
But other than that, we sure didn't bring it here like that.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, they flooded our neighborhoods. If you look in our neighborhoods, we have the same things: pawn shops, liquor stores, the whole 9 yards. On top of that, if you go and you start with redlining and things like that, and how they consolidated us into these little neighborhoods, which you don't get the home loans and things like that.
Right.
So those things were made to mess us up.
Man-made, yeah.
Yeah, and if you never get out of that, then yeah, you're gonna have violence. People trying to live, trying to feed their families and themselves. So yeah, you're gonna have an increase in violence. And the way we came out of slavery, it's just like every man for itself, and that's why we don't stick together. That's why we don't have that unity.
Right.
And then when you also don't have a nationality that you can really claim,
Right.
you don't have that
Tell 'em,
stronghold
tell
in
'em.
that foundation.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we have these different problems within ourselves, and we have to learn how to have our own nationality within our skin. That's what we have now. We have to know that we are related by skin, and we have to be able to stand up for each other and look at each other differently, and not look at each other as adversaries and enemies and things of that nature.
So that even though they planted certain things
Right.
and they put certain things out there for us, and we kind of gravitated to it, and then we're like some of us are in the survival mode,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
But some of us have been living long enough to know that because some of us don't want to be pushed outside of what we know, the norm, right?
Right.
And when you feel uncomfortable, then it's like, it's a thing of, instead of trying to learn more and empower yourself, we become complacent, and we just like sunk down in our own little world, like, oh no, I don't want to do this because I'm confused or I'm not confident in it, so I don't want no parts of it. But when you're doing that, you are keeping yourself stagnant.
Mhm.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Because I just feel like some of us, we want better, and we're willing to push the envelope,
Comfortable.
but we get comfortable.
And sometimes lazy. It's easier. It's easier. And then like, if you look at the way the government does things, sometimes it's easier, and you make more on assistance. Let's just put it out there. You make more. Why you gonna go get a job making $7, $8 or whatever it is, $10, and you getting this over here for free, and you sit at home? It don't make sense. Like, why would you go get the job?
But that's the
Especially
setup,
if that's
though.
all you qualify for. Exactly, it is a setup, because what it does is it puts a ceiling over you, and you can never grow outside that ceiling. So then you just say, well, but I'm gonna just stay here. Instead of striving hard and going over that hump, you just stay level
there.
and then you don't move nowhere. You just stay in the same position.
Exactly. And then be years later and you still in the same
Still in the
position.
same thing.
Then you asking, well, why I can't do this, or why? Because that was the choice you made.
It's not even that, Miss Go get it. For me, it's because you choose to have something or want something better in life. Then there go that mentality. Oh, you think you're better. Than so it equates all back to that. But I still feel that we all make a conscious decision, whether we go down there and sign up for the food stamps, and then we fuss and cuss them out, and then we don't see them again until we have to recertify. So we're fine. And then if she over here, she can't get it because she makes $5 more than what she's supposed to make, she doesn't get the assistance. But I think that you think that you're all that. So it's like I just feel like some things that we do, it still falls back on us personally, because we are stuck. And sometimes it makes me upset, because it's like, everybody has a chance to do something. We all may not be afforded the same thing, but we can do something. But because I choose to do a little different than you, I'm still no better than you.
Right. But you also have to realize everybody does have the chance to do it, but do they have the knowledge and know how to do it? You know,
Right.
do they have the
Mhm.
the resources to get out there and
Mhm.
do it? You know, you see what I'm saying? Like you may know how
Yeah.
to fill out a resume, you know, but this person may completely not. You know what I mean? And that
That's
could
true.
be it
Right.
affects his, you know, the whole job thing.
But
So
that goes back to what you said earlier too. When you see someone that's doing something you're doing or doing a little bit better than what you're doing, you ask.
right,
You ask that person so
yeah,
then we can come up together.
yeah,
Then you won't feel like, you're not where the other person is. And that could help with some of the crime when you're saying, oh, because you're stuck here. But even when you take, like we was talking about the black on black, but even if you take black on black out and you just say the killing, it's
Mhm.
like some of it, I don't even really know if it's really because they're in survival mode, because a lot of times they're not even really robbing each other. And I can see if they like robbing each other or robbing the next person, that can be a survival mode because you're trying to get money or you're trying to get something, although it's not yours, but you're trying to get it. So you're in
Right.
survival mode. But you just have a lot of them just out here wanting to be really bad, and they just
Correct.
killing just to kill, just to say that they did something.
And see, that is a whole nother thing, a
Mhm.
whole nother issue.
Right.
Now that goes with what we see not only just on TV,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, but what we see on TV and our music.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's no balance in our music anymore.
Right.
I always
Oh,
talk about this. We
definitely.
used to have a balance. It used to be
Right.
okay, you had this and then you had that,
That.
and you can kind of, you know, and you can get both sides.
Mhm.
But now, you know, where's like okay, look at the queens. Where's our Queen Latifah? Where's our Lauryn
Yeah.
Hill?
Mhm.
You know,
Right.
we don't have the Lauryn Hill, the Queen Latifah. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there, but they ain't mainstream to the point where you know. So when you don't have that balance, you're stuck with one image,
Right.
Right.
right? And when you have these images, not to mention, I don't know, you know, you guys, I'm pretty sure you've seen the Dow test, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
The
I-
dollar.
The,
Dow, baby Dow.
Oh, baby
I
doll.
know
Mhm.
I say it kind of funny, don't I?
That's all
Yeah.
right.
Everybody always tell me about that. but it's a test and you can look it up. But they have black children and they ask them which Dow is the bad one, which baby is the bad one, which one is the ugly one, which one is the dirty one, right?
Really?
And you'll see our own black children picking these Dows, the black ones.
Mhm.
You know, we have a self-hate ingrained in
Yeah.
us,
Mm.
and a
Yeah.
lot of you know, and it's because of the things, and you don't even know it
Mm-hmm.
growing up. You
Mhm.
don't know it, but everything black is looked at as bad. You know,
Mhm.
even when you look at the cowboys back in the day, with the good one wore what kind of hat?
I don't
The
even
good
know.
cowboy, he wore the white hat.
Oh,
The bad
really?
cowboy always wore what? The black hat. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying,
really?
right?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I
So
didn't
so
know.
mentally,
Yeah.
you're
Well,
telling yourself right there that
yeah.
the bad is black.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that's portrayed, you know, that's good is white.
Yeah.
Right.
Then
Yeah.
that's true now. I
You
didn't
know,
know that.
it
Yeah.
just is. That's the way
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
put it. But you know, when you grow up with these things, all the little Disney print. I know we got Tiana and a few of those
Right.
now, but you know, growing up, a lot of us just seen that was beauty. This
Oh,
is what
yeah.
beauty is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
our hair we're criticized for, especially our queens, always criticized for our hair and how we can wear it at work and different things like that. So it's always a negative. Not to mention we call ourselves derogatory terms all the
Terms.
time.
Yeah.
It's always a negative with
Mhm.
black. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So when you continuously grow up with that, and it's something that goes over and over and over, you don't even know it, but you have a self-hate for your own people
Yeah.
inside you.
That's
You know,
true.
it's a mental conditioning, and it's
Mhm.
been done through our TV. It's been done through our music,
Mhm.
and that's why I call a lot of those brothers who do music. You know, at some point in time, you got to put something else out. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
I
do.
look at it, I call them sellouts.
Mm-hmm.
I do,
Mhm.
because if especially the ones that did. Now, if you did these things in your life and that's what you
That's
decide to rap
different. Yeah.
about, I have nothing to
Mhm.
say. But if you just doing this for entertainment and you
Yeah.
leading
For
millions of
mainstream.
kids a
Yeah.
certain way that you didn't even take the risk in your life of doing, you
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
you didn't
Right.
even risk jail
Right.
doing what you're talking about.
Right.
So I look at them as sellouts because you're choosing to feed your own family and
Off the
mislead
backs.
millions
Yeah.
Right.
off the back. Yeah, you eating off the backs of all these other children that are listening to this
Mhm.
and buying into it.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, it's just, you know, but once again, you know, I know what they'll say. They'll, you know,
Right.
we're not responsible for your kids. You raise your own kids or whatever, whatnot. But you know, and that's why I think it was Brother Malcolm always said our entertainers should not be our leaders or our role models.
Right.
They shouldn't be,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, even when they try to speak out and say whatever they say, they get shut down if they speak too much, and they
Yeah.
lose their endorsements. Next thing you know, they on TV apologizing, stepping on the
Exactly.
good foot and all that.
Exactly. And then that's true.
And see, that's something I don't have to worry about. You see
And
what I mean? I can
right.
say what I want to say.
Right.
Mhm.
I ain't,
And that's, I think,
just
but
gonna shut my Facebook page down.
Right.
That's
I
all.
think that happens though a lot of times when they go mainstream, like far as commercial, and it all, you know, goes back to somebody's in control of you. Because if you're rapping about what they, you know, like you said, what they're speaking about, and some of them haven't lived it, they just doing that to
Right.
Yeah.
to make a dollar.
Yeah.
But now that we know all of this, how do we, as in parents of this new generation, how do we, you know, get our kids? What do we say to our kids to make them feel different from we did coming up, or this generation is coming up now?
I think it's really about teaching them, first of all, who they are and where they truly come from. If you go to school, they'll have you thinking that your ancestors started in slavery or something. You know what I'm saying? They have you thinking that they were kings and queens. They had empires. They don't, you know, a lot of them don't know that. You have to have you know, at least some small books of literature just to show them. You know, we had Imhotep and you know, the one who did the first written language of hieroglyphics and mathematics, and you know, we don't know that. You know,
Yeah.
like a lot of us don't know that. You know, and you have to teach your children those things, and then you have to teach them how great they are. You know,
Right.
it was a point in time when I took every I bought all black dials, all black stuff just for my,
Mhm.
you know, because I'm looking at her with the little blonde hair done, you know, and I'm just looking, and I'm just like, you know, it's cool, all right, you know, do your thing.
Mhm.
But then, you know, when you see her looking at herself,
Right.
and
She
you
can
see her
see
trying to
herself.
fix
Mhm.
herself, and no, it ain't nothing to fix. You know, this is what they even strive to get to. And I had to sit and tell, you know, they sit in the sun to get our complexion.
Right.
That's
They
right.
put injections in their lips to get our lips, but they're gonna make fun of you for having them.
Right.
Mhm.
You know, they do these things, but our hair, they copy our hairstyles.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they'll say we can't wear ours naturally at work.
And
You see
you
Right.
what I'm
know
saying?
what? That is so true, because the place I used to work at, they used to have a policy on natural hair color,
Right.
natural state, natural state. I'm like, you have these people around here,
With blonde hair, knowing
blonde
they're
hair.
not
They
blonde.
didn't come out. They wasn't blonde. They weren't born blonde.
Right. But just because I guess it could be, they good with
But
it.
for us, it was
Mhm.
it was a big issue. Um, man, we've been
Right.
talking. We can talk
Right.
a long time about this, because it's very interesting. It's very deep, and I just know that um we can't get it all in one session. And it's like
Right.
your third time being here. Did you realize that?
My second, ain't it?
No,
It's my third.
it's your third time.
Oh man, well, it's home.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
home then. Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
You know, one other thing, just, you know, before, if we're gonna close out before we go, you know, we'll be going to Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay.
What's that date? March 11th and 12th. Yes, because we are fighting for justice for Pamela Smith, who was raped with a glass salt shaker. Um,
What?
yeah. So this is a case we've been fighting for a long time. She's been fighting for over 25 years.
Really?
Pamela
Yeah.
Smith. Was she incarcerated?
Yeah. Well, she was incarcerated. It was like a work release program or whatnot.
Okay.
And you know, one of the employees did this, and we're calling for him to be dealt with.
Right.
We're calling for him to be arrested and charges be put on him, Donald Cochran. So
Wow.
we need that, and we're gonna mobilize, and we're gonna make sure that happens. We want Pamela Smith to get justice, because it's important. You know, she's a Black queen, and that should never happen. That should never happen. In the state of Oklahoma has hid the evidence. They lost. They
Wow.
didn't lose. They got rid of
Mhm.
the glass salt shaker because it had DNA evidence on it, and they're all in
Mhm.
cahoots with each other.
Right.
And these are cases, and she's going to be going to the Supreme Court with it. So it's already set,
In motion,
yeah, in motion. So this is something that one of the just another case that we consistently handle and that we deal with, and we need justice
Right.
for the queen.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So how someone wants to join your organization,
Mhm.
how can they go about doing so?
Easily, just give us a call. Look, I'm gonna give you the number. Nobody ever calls, but I'm gonna give you the number: 757-214-2098. 757-214-2098.
The only thing they have to do is say, "I'm calling because
I
I'm
want,
interested."
yeah, I'm
I wanna
interested in
join.
joining. And when you call, let us know that you are a FBI agent or a police officer. let us know if you are something like that, so we can
Basically,
happily
saying, let
deny
him
you.
know if you are a snake.
Right,
Right.
yeah, so we can know off the rip, and we ain't got to go through a whole lot of trouble. But
Right.
yeah, you could go there, or you can go on our the original Black Panther Party group page on Facebook. I'm almost even scared to say it's on Facebook because
I
they get
know.
down.
Yeah.
But you can go on there, or you can get in contact with Zuri Grace or yeah,
Okay.
that's
And
about the
so
easiest.
you have your organization. Y'all are based out of Norfolk or Virginia Beach?
We really, I guess we could say Norfolk. Yeah,
Norfolk.
I guess we could say Norfolk.
So is that the only one in the 757? So if
No,
someone in Suffolk.
we're all around we're branched out throughout the 7 cities.
Okay, but if someone in Suffolk or Portsmouth, they still will call that same number, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we ain't that far. We all
Listen, let's
close.
go get it. It's not like a chapter of the NAACP now. They
I don't know because
this girl.
I don't know. I have to make sure because you have people that don't know. Like I don't know,
Right.
but they might want to know. Hey, can I just join the Suffolk branch,
Chapter,
or
yeah.
can I join it? Got to make sure all the answers.
So how does
Questions
somebody
answered
go
and
about
everything.
by calling you? Like if they have an issue with somebody, do they do the same number or reach
Yeah.
out to the on
Same
social
number.
media and say,
Same
hey?
thing, yeah. Or just
Same number.
I'm about to say tag me, but
Can't do that one.
Yeah, yeah, you can't do that. So yeah, just tag Zuri Grace or tag that original Black Panther Party page. Um, call that number.
Okay. Is there anything that you guys wouldn't do? Like go out on any case or
I'm probably sure it is, but yeah, I'm probably sure it is something we wouldn't do, but that would have to be left to specifics.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So before we go, if you could express your time here on Way to Get Minute podcast, like how has your time been? Since you've been here?
Well, amazing. Sure. You don't think so?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but of course, my
You don't think so?
reality maybe not be your perception, so I don't know.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna sit there and be like, man, it's horrible. Like, what I'm gonna say? No. It was great. I enjoyed the conversation and I enjoyed the questions and I had a good time as I did the last few times.
Yeah.
So it's a blessing. Because this platform is definitely needed. Everybody doesn't give us a platform because they're scared of something being shut down or
Right.
scared of not being able to, they just ain't gonna want that truth out or that word that's gonna empower our people. So I appreciate it all the way.
See, and we, you never know. Way to Gammon is just like you guys. We're about empowering our people too.
Okay.
And we're gonna talk about things that, may not be
Comfortable
cool
for
to talk, you're
others.
comfortable, whatever, but just because it's not comfortable for you, somebody else may take something away from it. And that's the purpose of it. So we're definitely not afraid to say what we want to say either. Let's go get it. What you take away from tonight?
Well, tonight I took away a lot. There's different. I'm not going to say, well, yes, there are different organizations of the Black Panthers. They're not the image that the media try to portray because, of course, whenever you have us, Black people doing stuff, the media portray it in a different way.
Absolutely.
So they're really out for the support and to empower our people, not to destroy. And they might fight back and do what else they had to do to others, but not to their own. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Am I right on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, but I always enjoy when he come. I always enjoy because you learn something new. But my first tattoo was a Black Panther. I was
Really?
always infatuated.
No,
Yes, it is. It's right here on my back.
Uh-oh.
That's
look at
just a
that.
panther,
It's a Black
Yeah,
Panther.
yeah.
No,
Black
seriously
Panther.
though, I never thought about joining the group, but I used to be infatuated with it and
Okay.
the animal itself.
All right.
But yeah.
So when you joining?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, see, this is what we always run into now.
Right,
See, you be
right,
asking how
No, seriously though.
we might be short some folks or something. You ain't gonna come through and join us?
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna
No,
look
because
into it and
she
think
one of the
about it.
ones that would get out of hand. So you know how like if y'all could see how it is in here, like she's not good with following directions. She one of the ones like, oh, you said I can't say nothing. Oh, okay, and start talking. She's definitely one of those
Really shut it
defiant
down.
ones.
They'll shut down the whole page for real. Shut down.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
y'all got that one on the run of her mouth.
yeah, she all over
I
the
can
place.
dig it.
But yeah, what I took away from tonight was like Miss Golgetta said, is always a learning lesson when we speak to you, and it's good because knowledge is power.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
agree.
I love it every time, and I like that you speak from the hip, and you're gonna say what needs to be said, and that's just it. So I just wanted to encourage you to keep pushing, keep going. I feel secure in here tonight. I feel secure when we're having the episode anyway, but tonight I really feel secure. Like
Yeah.
I can pop my stuff and can't say nothing because it's like that in here. It's like that. But
Yeah.
just keep on keeping on regardless of what or how people view you guys. Just keep focused and do what you guys got to do.
Thank you. Yeah, and you as well. Like I said, this is a platform that's needed. We have to paint our own narrative.
That's
Right.
right.
Like you were talking about earlier, they always want to paint our narrative, but
Mhm.
as long as we have platforms like this and other ones, that's what we're saying. It's good to have these other ones. It's not competition. We need as many platforms as possible
right.
so
That's
we
right.
can push our narrative
Right.
so that we can explain our stories and what's going on in our communities instead of letting them do it and messing it all up and having us thinking every which way. So yeah, keep doing this, please.
Appreciate it. So with that being said, we're gonna end it with our song. I know he doesn't know it, but he gonna bop his head and
Absolutely.
Let's go. Yo, listen up, everybody.
Have you heard the news? We got a brand new show that's breaking all the rules.
Started out from BA
And now we on the move.
From local to global,
Cause we got something to prove. We came from the bottom, now we at the tippy top.
To hold it down for our people,
Cause we all we got.
it's a cold, cold world.
But we keeping it hot.
With our future
On the line, ain't no time to stop.
all work over here,
Still we having fun.
We say it like it is.
Ain't no holding our tongue. Go get us on the team. Yeah, we getting it done.
And shout out to Travell.
Yeah, you number one.
It started with a dream that turned into a vision. To educate a new generation
Is our mission.
Ears to the streets.
And we steady politicking. If you ain't about to change,
Mind your business.
Wait again a minute.
Wave your hands with it.
Wait again a minute.
Wave your hands with it. Now
Wait again a minute.
Wave your hands with it. We top six like we all up on the gram with it. Now wait again a minute.
I wish I got
Wave your
pictures.
hands with it. Now wait again a minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again a minute. Wave your hands with it. We top six like we all up on the gram with it.
Good night.
Good night.